First, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Once again, echoing what Coach Bloomberg said, you guys got a lot of other opportunities and other responsibilities, so really appreciate you guys. I know the team does as well. I want to thank Coach Bloomberg for obviously trusting in me to coordinate the special teams this year, all 6 phases. Really excited to be able to build on what we've established in year 1 and hopefully make improvements and little tweaks and polish up little things. But you know, anytime you take something over, you look at the previous year, you evaluate what was good, you evaluate what you still need to work on, and obviously in special teams there's so many different parts about it that have opportunity to improve just because of the realm and the scope of everything that you're doing. I'll say this, you know, when you're building a roster, like we're doing, and like Coach said, brought in 40 new people, one of the first places it shows up is on special teams, because so many guys are involved in the day-to-day process. You know, whether it's offensive lineman on the PAT field goal unit or defensive lineman on field goal block, and obviously all the other emphasis in the areas of the return game where guys are playing in space. As your depth improves as a football team, you know, it shows up quick on those areas. And obviously if you don't have depth, that shows up too. So as we are building this team, and these young guys have come in and really done a good job, you know, I guess seizing the opportunity. It's really no different than talking about the Houston Texans when they get new players. They make an opportunity and an impact on special teams, and it's no different at the college level. Those guys come out of high school and they want to get on the field. Maybe they're not ready, or maybe there's more depth in their certain position, and special teams might be their way to get a seat on that plane or on that bus. So, you know, I think that's a big deal as we're building this roster. Like I said, something else is just the competitive effort that each one of the guys gives in practice and in meetings every day. You know, it shows up because that starting middle linebacker or that starting defensive end, you know, nobody's walking around bragging about being the starting gunner on the punt team or the number 6 on kickoff team. But I'll tell you, they have huge roles. And when Coach Bloomberg first got here and he established that special teams was going to be a big part of our, really, it was going to be emphasized in turning this program in the direction that we want it to go. The players have really bought in, the effort, the attentiveness. I get an opportunity to meet with every one of them about 25 minutes a day in here in a team setting, which has been fantastic. So I couldn't be more pleased with their effort. We obviously have to continue to improve, but we are headed in the right direction. The culture of your football team, I think, is also displayed on special teams. And, you know, how's that PAT unit going to do? You know, how are they going to react when they just gave up a touchdown? Are they going to go out there and they're going to do what they need to do, or are they going to just line up, let the other team kick the ball and walk off the field? So there's a lot of opportunity there in my little world to, I think, help build this thing. You know, talking about some of the players that we have, some we have back, some are new faces. Let's talk punters first. Chris Barnes, fantastic football player. You know, he's played other positions before he became a punter, and he's got a big leg, strong leg, and absolutely does a fabulous job for us. You know, Jack Fox was a fantastic punter for us last year in camp with the Chiefs, but Chris is going to do a good job. He sat behind him for a few years, and really excited to see him perform. And we got a transfer, Adam Nunez, came from TCU, and Adam is very talented as well. You know, he's got great accuracy. He really can place the ball where it needs to go, and has a great understanding for the game. So excited about both those guys in the punting world, because I come from a world where punt's not always a bad play. You know, it's part of the strategy of the football game and pinning the defense deep. And I know Coach Smith, if he's got to make those guys go 90 yards to score a touchdown, odds greatly increase in our favor. So moving on to the snapper, obviously he's a returning starter, Cam Riddle, fantastic football player, really embraces his role. And you know, a lot of people with those snappers, you don't realize how important they are until you don't have a good one. And he really does a fantastic job. He comes to work every single day with the right mindset. So just continues to carry on the culture in our room. And then the kickers, Will Harrison is a returner. Will, 2 years ago, handled a lot of the kicking duties, and kind of took a little bit of a backseat last year. But you know, Will's going to be back competing for that spot with freshman Zach Hogan, who's come in. He's got a strong leg. Zach's continuing to just learn the nuances of the position at the college level, and the speed and the operation time and the pressure and the rush and all that stuff that makes it a little bit different, you know, at this level. So really pleased with the direction we are heading. We got a long way to go and a lot of work to do. Obviously, like Coach said before, that first game